Hello everyone, this is PC Death Game. Welcome to Act 2, another episode of Higurashi. Last we left off, of course, we escaped from Rena and ended up being attacked by two other villagers and knocked unconscious. When we woke up, we were in our room with Rena, of course, in the room, and someone else who we haven't met yet. But anyway, let's continue on with our story. My body had become more lethargic than I could ever have imagined. I guess that would be the expected outcome after exerting everything that I had back there. I tried to at least clear my head, but I just couldn't shake the sluggish feeling out of my mind. I called the doctor. He should be here soon. I think you better just lie down until then. I wasn't injured seriously, though enough to merit calling a doctor. But knowing that someone practical was coming was slightly reassuring. Why am I here? I'm sure I was at the damn site. That's what I want to know. What happened? When I got there, Kiichi was already passed out. That's why I'm the one who wants to know. I was attacked by two weirdos. As I talked about, I finally remembered what happened right before I passed out. Recalling that memory and the terror that went along with it caused the fogginess in my head to clear right up. Let's forget about those two for now. Wait, what? I didn't expect Rena to be nursing me. Well, that Rena was trying to kill me. She would have had the perfect chance while I was unconscious. Not only did she not kill me, she had nursed me back to health. Amazing you could drag me all the way back. What? I want to know what happened. Wasn't I heavy? Looking at Rena's delicate frame, it was hard to believe that she had not only gotten me back home, but even dragged me all the way up to the second floor. Did she have some help? Don't you remember Kiichi? Rena appeared to be a bit surprised, but kept her smile. I only propped you up on my shoulder. You said you could walk on your own, and that you were fine. You don't remember? I didn't remember. My memory was fuzzy after the point where I lost consciousness. What about those two? Huh? When you got there, Rena, the ones with me, or those two guys? There wasn't anyone. She said it bluntly. The way she stated it felt slightly unpleasant. Yeah, truthfully it is. I was just too timid at that time. I might have been able to force some answers out of Rena. But if I did that, then this kind Rena might transform into the scary Rena who I didn't know. Fearing that, I didn't press any further. Think about it, it was the obvious choice. If both of those men were there, I don't think Rena would even have stood a chance. I couldn't find a way to explain it unless I assumed she brought me here after those two were already gone. Rena just was still smiling. Her eyes sparkled warmly. Yet, I felt like I was hallucinating when I saw something akin to a shadow slowly creeping across her face. That small omen sent shivers down my spine. While Rena was still Rena, I needed to make contact. I needed to contact Oishi. Rena stopped me when I tried to get out of bed. She said it would aggravate my wounds, so I should sleep. I'd like to go to the bathroom, though. Sorry. Rena couldn't say anything else. While Rena stayed in the room, I quickly went downstairs to get the phone receiver in the living room. When I approached the front door, the doorbell rang. Ding dong. Must have been the doctor Rena had called. No! It was strange for a patient to welcome the doctor who was making a house call. But it would be incredibly reassuring to have him here for the considerable time it would take Oishi to get here. No, it's not the doctor. I carelessly opened the door with that simple assumption and regretted it almost instantly. Mion! Mion? Oh, you look just fine. I heard you collapsed, so I came to check up on you. Oh, I know where we're at. Oh! How did you know I collapsed? I heard from Rena over the phone. Do I need any reason other than that? I understood why she would call a doctor. But why Mion too? Rena was descending the stairs behind me. Rena, doesn't Kiichi look pretty alright? She made me worry for nothing. That's true. Maybe I worried for nothing as well. They both began laughing. It appeared to be a cheerful laughter, but I couldn't shake the feeling that there was a darkness looming over them. Well, what's up with the shoe rack? How did it get like this? The shoe rack that I smashed to pieces had been like that since yesterday. I fell, you see, and the bat I was holding at the time slammed into it. This is what happens when you swing around something you're not used to handling. I kept the fact that it was none of her business to myself. But leaving it like this will really startle your parents when they get home. I'll fix it up for you later. What? Now, come on, Keiichi. The terminal ill need their rest. Come, back to bed. What? Whoa. Mion, don't repeat herself. Both of them urged me up the stairs. I had no chance to call Oishi. I was pushed into my bed. It was the first time Mion had been in my room. She began searching around it intently. She fiddled around my room and was scolded by Rena. You can imagine how it went. It was uncomfortable having my room poked around, but the conversation was so began. It was heartwarming. During that innocent conversation, Mion said something as though it was perfectly ordinary. Rena, did you call the manager? Boom. Right there. She'd immediately tip us off. Yep. Right after I called Michan. He said he'll be right over. Manager? That out-of-place word gave me a bad feeling. Rena called a doctor. Then called Mion. And after that, she called a manager? Who was this manager? Since Rena and Mion's conversation was so peaceful, it only felt slightly odd. What are you two talking about? Who's this manager? Didn't you know, Keiichi? We mean the manager when we say manager. Like the director of a movie. Or like a foreman of a construction site. Again, that laugh. Rod! Come on now! I dug through all my memories for a manager who might have business with me. Only one thing came to mind. What Rena had just said. The construction site foreman. The very first victim of the incident. The dismemberment at the damn construction site. The foreman. But that was strange. He was supposed to be dead. There was no way they could call him. I don't understand what you guys are talking about. What does that manager have to do with me? You said he was coming. What did you mean? Did you mean to my house? I asked one obvious question after another. But all the two of them did was smile coolly at each other. Oh, shit. There was a huge difference between how the two of them appeared and how my suspicions were playing out. Slowly, I felt discomfort and panic welling up inside me. I couldn't understand what Rena and Mion were talking about. Keiichi, you've gone into baseball lately, haven't you? Pretty sure the manager will be happy to hear that. So who is this manager? The manager is the manager. So who is this manager? I'm not continuing that fucking laugh. Rena and Mion looked at each other and laughed. Let's just laugh at him. Fuck it. That disturbing cackle unpleasantly resounded around me. That laugh, long enough to be unsettling, ended abruptly. Oh yeah, we should finish up before the manager comes. You remember, don't you, Keiichi? Her face was laughing, but Mion's eyes told a different story. Remember what? Keiichi he forgotten, I wonder? About the penalty? About the penalty? Did you really forget? The homework with the mochi? The homework where you were supposed to guess which one Rena made? You forgot about that homework, didn't you? I certainly did have that homework. But I had thrown away the rest of the mochi after I found that sewing needle. So I wasn't able to answer which one Rena made. The penalty for that? Why now? No doubt my question was written all over my face. Their answer to my question was that dry laughter. I could no longer make heads or tails of anything. I began to think that this entire day was somehow insane, strange, incomprehensible, being chased by Rena, attacked by strange men, the penalty Mion and Rena were talking about. What were these two laughing at? It didn't take that long for me to realize I had been dragged into an abnormal situation. Who were these two? Who were these people? Who were these doppelgangers of Rena and Mion? Rena had gotten behind me at some point. Why was she pinning my arms behind my back? What are you doing? Don't move. This is your penalty. My body was already very sluggish, and Rena pinning my arms made it that much harder to move. I seriously tried to struggle, but she wouldn't even budge. My panic began to well up, and I realized this was well beyond the realm of jokes and pleasurities. This freakishly monstrous strength, it would have been impossible for the Rena that I knew. Then, these frail arms grasped me firmly. Whose arms were they? Keiichi, no struggling. Club rules. There are no exceptions. You can't fight against the penalty. Mion, no, that thing that looked like Mion spoke to me just like how Mion would speak to me. Keep adding words, but I was certain that this was not Mion. Someone who wasn't Mion. Someone who was just pretending to be Mion. Need to finish this up before the manager comes. The needle. Mion. Yes! Mion fished into her pocket and pulled out something bizarre. I could tell what it was just by looking, but for such a thing to be in her pocket, my mind wouldn't accept it. The needle. What is that? It was a small syringe. It was a small clear syringe, like what a doctor would use when you went to him when you were sick. Rena helped me even tighter, and I could hear that chattering laughter that no longer sounded like laughter blaring into my ears. That eerie laughter, it wasn't something that the Rena I knew could ever produce from her own throat. That thing that was pretending to be Rena, was this the real laugh? Unable to defend myself, the syringe man was holding drew closer, and that needle tip was waved in front of my face countless times. Don't worry. It won't hurt. Again, Mion don't repeat herself. Only Rena does. What are you planning on doing? What kind of sick joke is this? What are you saying, Keiichi? You know exactly what's going on, don't you? About what? I don't understand any of this at all. I know you know. No use playing a fool this late in the game. Stop talking nonsense to try and confuse me. You're going to have gone to what happened. To what? You're going to have what happened to Nameke happen to you is basically what she's trying to say. Damn, what the hell? What? The same as Tameke? I didn't really understand what she meant. What did that have to do with the syringe? You're playing dumb, Keiichi. You should have realized it by now. Rena whispered in my ear, laughing as if to abolish me. But even the way she spoke was repulsive beyond compare. Plain dumb. Me? About what? What do you mean, the same as Tomeke? Everyone thought at first that it was a hit and run. Except when the officer got closer to check if he was still alive. He soon noticed it wasn't a normal situation. His throat was scratched out. From a knife or something? No. Nails. Nails. Nails as in fingernails? With those gorged though? That's right. Tomeke had clawed out his own throat with his own nails and died. There's no way someone could die like that. So then, for that to happen, we thought drugs were to blame, but nothing of that nature was detected. That's right, the police didn't find any drugs in Tomeke's system. The police told me they didn't find any drugs in Tomeke's body. Get. The two don't laugh together like that sickening laughter. With that sickening laughter. Of course they laugh. To assume that such a medicine didn't exist just because the police didn't know about it was completely foolish. Meaning the drug that caused Tomeke to die in such a bizarre manner did exist. If Mion injected this into me, then that would probably be all the proof I needed. That would basically mean I end up the same as Tomeke. Become hysterical, stretching out my throat in my last moments, then die. For such an outrageous drug to exist. For Mion to be holding it. And that I was about to be injected with it. At that moment, I did not feel there was any need whatsoever to question it. What kind of idiot, when he's trying to dodge a ball flying straight at his face, has time to think of a reason as to why it's flying at him? Just give up. Alright then. Mion's actions lacked any gravities, and that made it even more terrifying. There was none of the ceremony like when someone was sentenced to death. There was no hesitation at all, as if she were brushing her teeth. Mion reached out with one hand and grabbed onto my chest. It felt like electricity had run through the back of my head, and the entire world had gone black. Did I stand up too fast? Or did someone hit me really hard in the back of the head? Having lost my sense of balance, I was assaulted by a wave of dizziness. Ah, damn it. They inject us. Bright light. It keeps getting brighter. And there's the infamous little scene. Yay. Let's keep going. Come on. Don't you dare give me a tip. Thank you. I squatted down for a bit. When I came back to my senses, my entire room had changed drastically. I know where we're at. Whack. 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 The numbness in my head was gone, and slowly I could tell blood was flowing to my extremities again. How long had I been squatting here? How many minutes? Or has it been hours? It was almost as if the hands on the clock had stopped moving the entire time my eyes were closed. That's how little time passed. Really? The air in the room wasn't filled with that madness from before, only a dull silence. Rena wasn't there pinning my arms. Mion wasn't there about to inject me with a needle. No way. Could it be? All of it was a hallucination? Nope. There was no other presence in the room besides my own. It was the weirdest experience I've ever had. I was certainly with Rena and Mion. I doubted my sanity for a moment, but I was also seized with some sort of comfort. I guess that terrible ordeal was a hallucination. Neither Rena nor Mion, they wouldn't ever do something so terrible. Get to it! My head grew hot. Come on! I could tell my emotions were welling up. Why? There wasn't a reason to cry. Why? It was sorrow. Why was I sad? I don't understand. I don't understand. Kind to everyone, not discriminating against age or gender. Mion. I'm gonna stop there. Next episode we'll finish the series. I mean, I do hope you're all enjoying this series, because I know I am. Especially, yes, I know I'm showing my weebness with it, but hey, I don't really care. But if you're all enjoying this also as much as I am, please hit that like button or leave a comment below saying how much you like it. But anyway, when we come back, we'll finish seeing how Mion is against a window. Yay! Anyway, this is PC Death Gamer. As always, hope you enjoyed. Keep playing on. See yous!